Kelly Renee Brookshire was born March 8th, 1968, in Lawrenceville, Georgia, USA. Brookshire was born into a poor cotton farming family. According to sworn affidavits by friends and family members, she was molested by her stepfather and other men during her childhood and adolescence. During her senior year of high school, she reported being date raped. 9 months later, her first son was born. In 1987, at the age of 19, Kelly married her first husband, Jeff Banks. They stayed together for 6 months. Wow. Kelly married Douglas Guest. We're just gonna call him G. I can't pronounce his name. For the first time on September 2nd, 1989. Yes, you guys heard that right. For the first time, they were married twice. They had a baby together, lost their jobs, and moved in with Kelly's mother. Douglas joined the army and they were sent to Germany. Kelly became pregnant by another man who later died of cancer. See, damn. Yo. Duh. She and Douglas were divorced in 1993, and in May 1995, she remarried Douglas. And in December 1996, the couple bought a house together in Auburn, Georgia. Oh boy. Kelly, in addition to her daughter with Douglas, had two sons. Douglas was the stepfather to her sons. On February 7th, 1997, Gregory Bruce Owen, born March 17th, 1971. Why? Why were you born on that day in that month? Hid near the couple's home in Auburn. When Douglas arrived, Owen forced Douglas into his car at knife point and drove him to a wooded area in Gwinnett County near Herbins Park. After striking Douglas in the head with a nightstick, Owen stabbed Douglas in the neck and back multiple times. When Kelly arrived at the scene moments later, the two set fire to her husband's car and hit the. Yo! Oh! Oh! Oh, this is so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. This man was trying to provide a life for you when he went into the army, and then you cheated on him with another man, and you got pregnant by that person, and then had the baby on him. Yo, and then his crazy self forgave you, and then you murder him because you're cheating. You cannot make this up. Whoa. So before the trial, prosecutors offered both Owen and G a plea deal of life in prison and no chance of parole for 25 years. G, however, rejected the plea deal. Why did Kelly reject the plea deal? I uh, So Kelly was convicted of orchestrating her husband's murder, which she did, and sentenced to death in 1998. After Owen testified against her in a plea agreement in which he was sentenced to life imprisonment, Owen told a jury that Kelly had first approached him about a way to get rid of her husband 3 months before the murder. He further testified that Kelly thought murder was the only way to get Douglas out of her life and still get the house and a payoff from his life insurance policy. During the trial, Kelly was discovered to have threatened witnesses and also plotted to pay a witness to commit perjury. So the man you murdered your husband for because he was cheating on really didn't love you because he testified against you. And you murdered your husband for gain, so you and this man can live together. Whatever. So, after being sentenced to death, Kelly resided in Metro State Prison until it closed in 2011. She was then transferred to Arundel State Prison. While in prison, Kelly had a conversion to Christianity. They all do. During her time in prison, Kelly ministered to other women living in prison with her. A group of women who were incarcerated with Kelly formed a group called the Struggle Sisters. After they were released from prison, Kelly had spoken to the women through an air vent and prevented some of them from committing suicide, while other women tell of how Kelly's words encouraged them to turn their lives around. The women released a video detailing the impact Kelly had on their lives. In 2010, Kelly enrolled in a theological studies program for prisoners run by a consortium in Atlanta area divinity schools, including the Divinity School of Emory University. During theology studies, she became a student of Christian thinkers like Dietrich Bonhoeffer and Rowan Williams. Kelly developed a friendship with Jürgen Moltmann while she was in prison. Kelly sent Moltmann a paper which she had written on Bonhoeffer. He was impressed with the paper and he wrote back. After that, the two became pen pals and exchanged letters about theology and faith. Kelly completed a theological degree program through Emory University. Well, okay. Kelly's execution was scheduled for February 25th, 2015. When a winter storm delayed it until March 2nd, 2015, her execution was further delayed when one of the execution drugs, penobutrol, was thought to have been spoiled through improper storage, though it was later determined that the drug had merely precipitated out of solution due to colder than recommended storage conditions. Precip- Whatever that word means. Carlo Maria Vingon, on behalf of Pope Francis, urged the Georgia State Board of Pardons and Paroles. On behalf of Pope Francis, urged the State Board of Pardons and Paroles to spare Kelly's life. Kelly's clemency application on the board and pardons included support from a number of correctional officers who she had met while in prison. Norma Norman S. Fletcher, the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Georgia, urged clemency because capital punishment was not proportional to her crime. The Georgia Republican Party's General Counsel, Republican Bob Barr, also supported clemency. The board again declined to commute her sentence. On September 29, 2015, Georgia is one of 3 U.S. states in which the governor is not empowered to grant clemency to the condemned. Damn. Whew. Kelly was scheduled to be executed on September 29th, 2015, but once again delayed by appeals. Ooh, that's great. She was finally executed by lethal injection at the Georgia Diagnostic and Classification Prison in Jackson, Georgia, on September 30th at 12:21 a.m. Why do they execute people at midnight? Whatever. Kelly cried, prayed, sang Amazing Grace, and said, "And I love you, Sally. And I love you, Susan. You let my kids know I went out singing Amazing Grace. And tell the G family I am really sorry. That amazing man lost his life because of me. And if I could take it back, if this would change it, I would have done it a long time ago, but it's not. And I just hope they can find peace, and I hope they find some happiness. God bless you. She was the first woman executed in Georgia since Lena Baker in 1945, as well as the only woman executed in the United States in 2015. Well, well. Oh, Lena. Oh, okay. Well, you guys, this is what Kelly ate.